What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Matt Jansen, who finally spoke up about what's going on and this whole situation with him and some of his former clients. So it seems like this official statement that marks the official retirement of Matt Jansen as a coach. And just because this whole shitstorm that started with Quentin Beastwood making that video, and he revealed his experience of working with Matt Jansen. So let's end this thing with Quentin Beastwood again, who said his piece, and this is his final message to Matt Jansen.
Okay guys, so I saw that Matt came out with a statement, and I wanted to say that I wish him all the best with his future endeavors. I wish him, I think he's doing triathlons, like he's trained to be a triathlete. I think that's incredible. So hey, wish you all the best with the family, with the kids and the sports. And hey, shit happens. You know, we say our piece and we move on, you know. There's no hate here. So anyways, guys, we're moving on from the situation. We're still gonna crack jokes though. We're still gonna crack jokes because listen, man, if you can't take humor out of situations, then what's the point? Why go through it? You know what I'm saying? But definitely all the best.
So a whole lot of people, they came in support of Matt Jansen after he announced his retirement, including all of his high-profile clients. And all of these guys are Olympians. From Nick Walker to Justin Shire to Sean Carida, all of these guys had some really nice things to say about Matt Jansen, which is good to see, especially with Nick Walker, who could not make it to the Olympia stage for 2 years in a row. So the first one, the Olympia 2023, that wasn't Matt Jansen's fault at all. But there is a lot of responsibility on Matt Jansen for Nick Walker pulling out of this year's Miss Olympia. But Nick Walker too was extremely graceful in this whole situation. Now, Matt did express that he was treated unfairly in this whole scenario, but he also did admit that he wasn't as focused as a coach and on his clients as he used to be in the past, and that is on him. So it is kinda unbelievable how Matt Jansen had this reputation of being one of the best coaches in the industry that just came to ashes in a matter of 1 year. So there is a big vacuum in the industry at the moment because these 4 guys, and all of these guys are Olympians. I mean, all of these guys are gonna be on the Olympia stage next year as well. Nick Walker, Brett Wilkin, Justin Shire, and Sean. Now whom are these guys gonna work with after Matt Jansen leaving the industry? So do let me know what you guys think. Is it on Matt Jansen that he did not let all these guys know that he wasn't focused? And the rumors about the gear being fake, is it all on Matt Jansen? Or some of the blame also lies with the athletes? So for those of you guys who are wondering, when these pictures of the former 7 times Miss Olympia, Phil Heath were taken, well, these are the latest ones, taken today, while Phil Heath is in Saudi Arabia. So all of these pictures, they scream themselves why this legend is called a gift. Just notice in this picture, with Muhammad Fada and Bob, where Phil Heath is standing so far away from the camera, and still looking so round and so 3D. So there is just no out-angling Phil Heath. So the man who is about to turn 45 in just 2 months and still maintaining such an incredible physique. And the most mind-blowing fact in this whole scenario is that he doesn't even train that frequently now. He doesn't train every single day. I bet his arms are still one of the best in the world. So what do you guys think? Will we see a legacy like Phil Heath again in the future? I'm gonna say at least not in the near future, because what has happened after 2018, when Phil Heath finally lost that Olympia title, that is just so unprecedented, as we had a new Miss Olympia champion in every year except 2020 and 2021, when Big Robbie won 2 in a row. So Phil Heath had some tough time in his final years, especially 2017 onwards, because the thing is, everyone was just tired of him winning over and over again, and only some of us knew that his physique is gonna be appreciated a lot more when he hangs up the posing trunks, when he retires. So looking back at his physique from his prime, he was really untouchable. He was really one of the greatest of all time. Next up we have an Austin physique update from GoodVito, looking really massive and really in charge. And yes, I know the stomach needs to be in check, but this is him after a long flight, and right now he is the heaviest he has ever been, and he doesn't intend to compete anytime soon. So when the time comes, GoodVito's baseline that is gonna look extremely impressive, as it did this year at both the Arnold as well as Detroit Pro. And I have got to say, it is just so damn crazy how Martin Fitzwater was able to improve so much since Detroit Pro till this year's Mr. Olympia. So believe it or not, there was only a 1 point difference between Martin and GoodVito at the prejudging of Detroit Pro. And a whole lot of people actually had GoodVito winning after the prejudging. So seeing Martin placing top 4 in the world, that must have been really motivating for GoodVito, as he was able to beat him in a few shots earlier this year, and he was able to really push him at this year's Detroit Pro. So with the type of world-class conditioning that GoodVito was able to bring this year, and that too multiple times, his trajectory, I have to say, is really high. It has been months since Vito has been back to the drawing board, so his lower half, his quads, they were some of the best in the business already. The hamstrings, the glutes, they are also his strong points. And if I'm not mistaken, he is probably younger than Martin. So with this very long and a very productive off-season, I believe it is a very high probability that GoodVito is gonna make it to the Olympia stage next year. And that will make him the youngest guy on the big stage in the men's open at the moment. So with the improvements that he has been making over these past few months, I believe he is gonna take out some big names in 2025. So some of us have really missed the most winning active IFB pro, Nathan Deisha, on these big stages, like the Arnold or the Olympia. So great news for Nathan Deisha fans, as confirmed by Ron Harris, that he has gotten his visa to compete at the Arnold next year. And with Hadi Choopan out, no update from Derek about his upcoming competition plans. No news from Nick Fokker about whether he is gonna do this upcoming Arnold or not. Nathan is gonna be a big name in that lineup. So Nathan has been taking the offseason very seriously, especially in the last couple of years. He always trains extremely hard. And regardless of his competition run in 2024, the man is still a fighter. So I do not think he believes that he should have won Dubai Pro this year. But him getting third behind William Bonac, that was kinda unexpected. Because the first show that he did, where he was fighting Behrouz Tabani in Italy, that was actually extremely close compared to what we saw on the scorecards. And he was again qualified for the Olympia this year, as he was able to beat William Bonac in Portugal. But I'm not even sure if he applied for the visa this year, because he just wasn't interested in competing at the Olympia this time. But in terms of the Arnold, and with all of these guys sitting out, there is going to be a good prize money for the third or even fourth spot. So this is going to be a good show to make a comeback for Nathan.
He's just not big enough. How do you win one year and not the next year? You
Right. What do you think of Derek's look?
Good thing that Jake Cather asked Hani Rambot on how would he rate Derek's physique at this year's Miss Olympia. Now, obviously, third place wasn't what Derek was hoping for. And I mean at all. Even after this year's prejudging, the worst case scenario in his mind, that would have been that he is gonna drop down to second place. So Hani Rambot also agreed with the sentiment that Derek's legs from the front, they did not look as good as they did last year.
I think Derek looked good, but I think that Derek needs to create a proportionality, and I think that his body and upper body need to jive up more. And I think that he's done a good job putting some size on, but it was almost like remember 2 years ago when it was like his chest flat?
Yeah.
This year his chest is bigger and all of that, but it also makes his legs look a little bit more flat, especially from the front, but from the side it looks really good.
And it isn't like his quads regressed. We always say that bodybuilding is all about creating that illusion on the stage of having a small waistline, huge round delts, and sweeping quads, so that you can have that X-frame, that V-taper. And Derek actually worked so hard to bring up his chest and his shoulders for the entire year, and he 100% did. The comparison of the most muscular shot this year versus last year, that is a proof that he improved a lot in those areas. But just because his upper half got so much bigger compared to his legs, that created sort of a disproportion where his upper body was looking a lot bigger than his lower half. So I am sure Derek is gonna go very hard on the legs training this time in 2025. And don't get me wrong, both these guys, Derek and Matt Greco, they trained so hard throughout 2024. I mean, Derek was hitting PRs with every passing workout. He was moving weights that he has never pushed before. But sometimes the results, they just do not go in your favor. So will he do this upcoming Arnold? That is the biggest question right now. Because dieting down for another show, that will certainly help him season all that new muscle, get more maturity, get more density. And I am pretty sure Derek has been doing only one show a year for as long as I can remember.
I think you can play it either way. I think that he could just say, hey, look, I wanted to do the Arnold and I want to be able to create a little bit more of that muscle maturity because I need to diet it down and kind of feel that. Or he could say, hey, look, I want to stop for a little while and reset. Either way, I think
His body's not tired.
No.
So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.